Okay, so today is a little something that us Last of Us fans know as the Last of Us Day. So usually we get some information, some new details, some fan appreciation, community appreciation. Naughty Dog always does a little something something for us on the Last of Us Day, and this one is no different. This time, though, we get a nice little teaser. So it's about 2 minutes of video teaser of The Last of Us HBO, the new live action show that they got in the works. And let's check this out. I'm a little bit nervous because all we've seen so far is just a little teaser, a little snippet of it. So I'm a tad bit nervous to see exactly what ends up happening with this live action TV show. If it holds up to like the Netflix Edge Runners show, it's a very hit or miss. It's a video game adaptation. Again, I still say they should really like focus in on like CGI stuff or anime or something. Edge Runners shows that you can do anime really well too. Just because you have more freedom to do stuff with that type of thing. But this is live action, so let's check it out. See what's up with it. Okay, all or nothing. Last of Us HBO. Please be good.
The roses have
The
faded,
city.
there's frost at my
Ooh,
door. The
fireflies.
birds in the
Okay.
morning don't sing anymore. The grass in the valley is starting to
Oh,
die,
Ellie.
and out in the darkness
The checkpoints.
whippoorwills cry. The darkness is falling, the sky has turned gray.
What?
A hound in the distance is starting to fade. Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord, if you hear me, please hold my hand.
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in right now.
Forsaken by fate and
This is
by
looking pretty good.
man. Oh Lord,
This is your chance.
hear me, please hold my hand.
Our best shot.
Hold my hand.
You keep her alive.
Hold my hand. Please hold my hand.
And you set everything right.
Hold my hand. Please hold my hand.
Save who you can save.
Oh, please understand.
Next year. Okay. So first up, the music. So a big thing with The Last of Us is the soundtrack. Believe it or not, that's like one of my favorite things is just hearing. It's always this like very kind of a dark feeling acoustic, oriented soundtrack that goes along with The Last of Us. And to me, it's always one of the best parts because it just sets one hell of a tone and atmosphere for the whole project. And also, if you know a little something something, then you'll know that like Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson, the ones that played Ellie and Joel in the Last of Us game, they actually sat down and recorded music tracks. And there's even the acoustic guitar that was actually made by I think it was Taylor Guitars. Reminiscent of The Last of Us 2 with Ellie playing that guitar that Joel ends up making for. So, so hearing the soundtrack. It's definitely, it almost feels like something like Joel would be like, "Hey Ellie, check this song out. Maybe you can learn it on guitar. Maybe I'll teach it to you on the guitar one day or something." Like I'd love to see. We really need that line in the show. But okay, so yeah, that's looking pretty good. Let's go back. Maybe we'll 0.75 to speed it. So the fireflies, of course, the firefly symbols all over town. And it looks like, yeah, they're so to get some work, they're trying to take down. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So Joel's gonna end up seeing something weird. If this is not Ellie. I don't think this is going to be Ellie. This is something else. I think Joel just came across somebody, and so he's having kind of like a moment of, what is this life? What is this world? What are we all doing here? And what's, he's Joel's going, Joel's done some bad stuff, and who knows what Joel we're getting in the show. It could be a very different version of Joel in the show. But yeah, in the game, like, Joel's gone through a bunch of stuff. He lost his daughter. He's done some bad stuff just to survive. He's been on both sides of the coin of both the people who jump people, and then also on the side of, with the Fireflies, and working with, enemies of both sides. So Joel's done a little bit of everything, just in the name of, like, survival, and he's made some friends and enemies along the way. Um, Welcome to, so yeah, this is going to be one hell of a this is one hell of a bigger checkpoint than what we normally see in the game. This, of course, is the little bit of a sewer. So it's going through the checkpoint trying to escape the city. So this is not. Oh, this is what this is. So this is not Joel and Ellie in this right here. No, this is just showing the checkpoint of what they're trying to escape underneath. That's what this is got going on. So you can see all the spotlights and everything. If you run through even like The Last of Us Part 1 now, the remastered, rebuilt, version of the game, you'll have seen there's a bunch of spotlights going back and forth, and you have to run between the spotlights going through the little sewery kind of area, and you're running through trying to make it through. So we got Tess, Joel, Ellie, and this is kind of like the beaten up little pipeline that they got to run through to try and escape out to the other side. This looks good, and especially wow, this looks just like the game. Holy shit. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's pretty good, and we're gonna, the adventure that you end up going through in this. Yeah. There's gonna be some good moments happening over in these buildings right over here. Them watching. So I guess this would be Ellie checking out, like, world history, I guess. Like, that looks like. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the Fireflies teaching kids the world history in a sense. We didn't really get to see that too much in the game. We heard about it, but we didn't really get taught, or we didn't get to see it of them getting taught. So that'd be a very interesting one. Mother and child, looks like. The remains. And then, once again, we also get this. So this is, of course, when they are inside the double buildings. So when they're inside the double buildings, it should be nighttime. I don't know why it's daytime. That's it's a little detail, but this is definitely a different. This looks a lot different than the one that was in the game, because in the one in the game it was a lot more cinematic than this. But again, it's live action, so this is definitely. Oh, this is the museum. Oh, this is the museum. Okay, so it's not the double building. This is afterwards, later on, when they're in the museum, and they're overlooking. They're trying to find the Capitol building, and yeah, so this is just before that, where you have a bunch of tickers in that museum building. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. I wonder if they're going to skip past the double building and they're going to go straight into museum, which. Again, that'd be all right. There's not a whole lot. I mean, okay. The moment that I'm kind of worried that they might skip over is there's the first cinematic moment where you see the tickers, and they're hunkered down behind the like table thing, and the ticker comes up, and it does, it's like looking around, and you get to hear the whole like tutorial of like they can't see anything, they can only hear, and then you end up having to either sneak around the ticker that's there or take it out, and then you jump up and whoop, you go over the top, into the next room. That scene should really be in this show, and I would really hope that this scene would be in the show, because it is like the first glimpse. Like, you're hearing about all the tickers, you're hearing about the fireflies leading up to it, and then that's the first time where it's like, oh, this thing is like really detailed and really weird looking, and oh, this thing can just like one shot you, and that room is very important for just like, oh, okay, these enemies are serious. We can't just go through and just wipe them all out yet. Anyways, let's see here. So this is gonna be like a little bit of a scrapyard. Yeah, the jacket. He's looking just like Joel. Young Ellie. So if they keep it just like the game, 14-year-old girl, we'll see. So one of the little things that I was watching the making of documentary that they made for back when The Last of Us 1 came out, and one of the things that the what was it, Druckmann? It was either Druckmann or the art director, or one of them was saying is that like in the beginning of the game, Ellie is very just like, she's just very shy, and she's very reserved, and like, I don't know who you are, but I'm just trying to make it through. I'm just trying to survive. And then at the halfway mark, she's very like, I don't know, I can use a gun. I can totally use a gun, but she's very just like, by the halfway mark, she's just like, let's go, and then by the end of the game, Ellie starts to be basically that badass because she's gone on this whole adventure and everything. So big shoes to fill. Is Bella? Is it? I'm pretty sure it's Bella. Bella Ramsey. I'm terrible with names. Sorry if I get names wrong, but she has big shoes to fill, and yeah, and then this scene here. So you got one extra person in this scene, because I'm pretty sure this is the handoff scene where she's like, okay, Ellie, go with Joel, and what? No, fuck you, I don't want to, and all that stuff. So they're going, it's either this is going to be a flashback or they're going to incorporate, they're going to have to flashback on this. So they're going to flashback to the Ellie and her girlfriend, the DLC that is going on, that got released and that went on, that is the prequel to the main story. Cool. Nice. I like it. This, of course, is the main opening. This is his daughter. Yep. So this is going to be fleshed out just a little bit more, where we didn't actually see this going on in the main game. Okay, so that is not tickers. That is the I wonder if we're going to get a little bit more of the oh god, it's the military guys. What's that? Fireflies? I'm trying to remember back. Because you don't really run into them as much until the second game, like to like figure out exactly who they are until Last of Us Part 2. But I wonder if this is going to lead into well, no, this is probably a little bit more of a backstory for Tess. I think this is Tess, right? It's kind of hard to say. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, okay, so they're gonna fall into one of Bill's traps. He's gonna be like, I told you not to come back around here or whatever, and that whole scene's gonna play out. They're gonna have dinner with Bill. So I'm seeing a lot of extra backstory of world building that was not in the game, just because the fast pacedness of like, you're just trying to get through the city and you have everything chasing after you. Again, the very beginning, It's actually a different vehicle. And then we have a quick little snapshot of the dam that you're going over to see. Joel's brother. Oh God, names again, but it's just totally blank. You know who I'm talking about. Anyways, you know what? The less names I say, the better it is for anybody who doesn't know the actual main story. So I'm not giving everything away. But yeah, this is looking really really good. I wonder if. Oh, okay. You know what that is? It's Tess figuring out that she's starting to snap a little bit. Okay. So we all know. Okay, this scene right here. I'm gonna say is maybe when the brick gets thrown at the truck and all that stuff going into the city. This is definitely going to be, after the Winter Lodge and that very, very hardcore scene. I was really hoping that we'd have this like indoors and just like the original scene was, but, and of course, a nice little look at the tickers. Looks a little costumey, but yeah, we'll see how it works overall. I'm really wondering how horror this is going to get and how actiony it's going to be. Is it going to be more of like an Aliens, or is it going to be more of a kind of Walking Dead, beat everything up and destroy anything that moves that's trying to destroy you? Yeah. Overall though, looks good. Looks pretty damn great. I can't wait to see more. I just really hope it's better than the live action Resident Evil one that we had recently. But yeah, The Last of Us, HBO. What more can you say other than we just have to wait to see what exactly comes of it? And yeah, Ellie and Joel on the adventure of a lifetime once again. So go check out the rest of the YouTube channel if you like this. Share, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And of course, go check out Tone Wolf. I just put up a new video over there. That's the music channel. And of course, Twitch, if you want to see some live stream action over on twitch.tv/Warwolf. So, with all that being said, I will be back very soon with another video. So be looking out for that. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see you next time.